friends, update for you. It's the middle of June and I have accepted an offer on the house. The closing date of July 30th. So I have 6 weeks. So for the last 2 weeks, I've been working in the rig and adding a lot of electrical capability. Well, the first thing I had to do was really figure out a lot of the wiring in the ambulance. It's a Marquis ambulance. I called Marquis down in Florida and spoke to a really nice guy in their service department and told him that I was looking for help with an O2 class 3. It's called their Commando 164. I think 164 is the length, and then the Commando is their model. And when I said that, he went, "Ooh, 2002." I said, "Oh geez, that doesn't sound good." So he put me on hold for a quick minute. He came back and he said, "We bought Marquis from a company that had bought Marquis." So in other words, Marquis has been acquired 2 times in the last handful of years. And he had gone to speak to the tech that came from Marquis that works with him, and they said they don't have any records going back to that time period, 2002, that my rig is from. So what that means is there's no wiring diagrams available, unfortunately. So the reason I had called him was questions about putting the inverter in, because when I got the truck, you guys know the inverter was gone. And just from my knowledge of wiring and looking at the wires that were there where the inverter is supposed to go, I was just having a hard time making sense of it and trying to figure out exactly how the inverter would get wired back in. And after my conversation with him, I came to realize that I had bought the wrong type of inverter. I bought an inverter. What I needed was an inverter with a transfer switch built in, so that when you plug into shore power, the inverter switches over from battery to the shore power. So I contacted the inverter store, which is just basically an outlet for Ames Power. And I said, "Hey, this is what happened. Can you guys tell me what is the kind of unit, which unit do you have that is has the needs, will fit my needs, and can I return this one?" And so yes, they said. So I just dropped it off at the post office this morning. So I'm shipping back the $400 inverter and am going to be purchasing an $800 inverter / charger / transfer switch. So now I understand how these wires that are there are to be connected up to the new inverter, because it has AC in and then AC out, and the inverter that I had didn't have that. That's where I got confused. So now this brought up another question. My rig has, separate from the inverter, is what's called a charger power supply. It is plugged into the 110, it's plugged into the shore power, and then it has positive and negative output that go to, I think what it's doing, because right now if I plug into shore power, I can use all the 12 volt items. So that device, that converter / charger, is taking the shore power and it's converting it to 12 volts. Now, the guy I bought the rig from told me that also, when you plug into shore power, it's charging the batteries and it powers the block heater on the engine. So because I'm putting an inverter in that is an inverter slash charger with a transfer switch, what kind of problem, if any, is that going to cause with that other charger converter that's in there? I think what I need to do is get rid of the existing converter slash charger, because my new inverter is going to take over all those features. It's going to charge batteries. It's going to convert the shore power to 12 volt. The only thing is the block heater. So I've got to figure out how is this block heater wired in. Do I need a block heater? I don't think so. But I don't want to, like, if I just disconnect this charger, what's that going to do? So I'm getting way too off in the weeds here. So I still have to figure that out. So right now today, what I'm working on is fishing wires through the wall so that I can pull. I bought this wire fishing rig here. It's like a polymer, and it has a spring-loaded kind of tip on it here, and then it came with this where you hook your wire through this, and then you pull it back through. So I'm going to be fishing wires through for my TV. Let's go out into the truck and I'll show you some things I've worked on. So I've got the stereo wired. So I put a couple of amps in there. I hope you can see it. The lighting isn't the greatest in here. I put a couple amps in here. That's for the that's for the woofers, and that's for the other speakers. I had this equipment. This came out of my daughter's Volkswagen that we sold, so I pulled all the stereo equipment out. I had this subwoofer box, which just happened to fit right in this little nook right here, and still leaves me enough room to go up into the cab of the truck. I've got this all wired in. So this, I had to get a Dremel tool and enlarge this opening here. It's not a true 2-din, they call that, size. It had some plastic lips on it, so I got my Dremel out. Dremel was right on point. Was able to shave that off. Bought this sleeve, mounting sleeve here. I got it to slide in. I've got it all totally secured in there. I wired in. All the wires are run. So I actually tested it. I plugged in the stereo. Everything works. I'm just kind of holding off the final plug-in here. I don't know why, just because. I put some house speakers up here, some Pioneers in a sealed box. They're mounted on an L bracket. It's what I had. I think down the road I'll probably improve on this, because they're gonna do that when I'm driving. They're not hitting anything, so they'll be okay, but I can do better. Then I've got to get up in this area here, because that's where the outside light bar is bolted up. I gotta see if my daughter's arms are skinny enough to reach up in there. That is not a lot of room. As you can see, I can't get my arm up in there, and I don't think she's gonna be able to. So I gotta figure out how the heck I'm gonna make this happen. There's a series of 5 bolts that hold the light bar, which was supposed to have been removed by the firehouse that sold this thing, but they didn't. So now I've got to fight with it. I just got the TV mount. So the TV is going to go up here. So I've got this piece of cardboard. I cut this the exact size of the TV. Drew the mount holes on there. So the TV is going to go right up here so that I can lay on my bed with my head at the far end of the truck and watch TV up here. And this is going to be on a swivel mount, so it'll be able to go this way and you know, get out of the way of the cabinet door if I have to get in there, and still allow me to get in and out from the cab. So that's where I decided it's going to go. So it's going to get mounted up there. You know, got rid of all the console, a lot of electrical troubleshooting. This is the only switch panel that I need. It's got these 5 lower ones which control the outside floodlights, and the one on the left is the master, which actually energizes the whole the whole box back here. This wall here, we just did some LEDs, my daughter and I. So we've got a rectangle of LEDs. They're RGB. I've got a little Bluetooth controller that's tucked up up above up here. So you got an app on your phone. You can change the colors and dim them and all that. It's really good. Works out really well. I'm replacing all my wall outlets with ones that also have USB charging. So that's an easy swap. Down here, I'm putting a single, like a cigarette lighter style in that one for quick plug-ins for something. And then down here, I found these behind the wall. So I uncapped them and found out that they're switched. As soon as you energize the cab or the box, these come on. So I'm going to put a 4-bank USB charging there. And I was thinking about putting a second 110 coming over from here and coming over to this area, because this panel that's off right here did have 2 cutouts. They were originally for oxygen and suction vacuum. So it would be easy for me to add a second box. So I'm trying to decide if I need that. It'd be good to have 2 more electrical outlets over here, I think. But I have another one over here. This is going to be my coffee nook. So that's also getting a charger. What else? So I just picked up this stick-on wood look vinyl. It's actually flooring. And we're going to be putting that up on the walls back here. So kind of behind the bed, and that corner is going to have this wood. And then probably some over here. I haven't quite decided what. This backsplash area is going to get some stick-on tile look. These are like vinyl, kind of rubbery stick-on tiles. I ordered those. I didn't like them, so I've got some new ones coming. Those are the right colors and everything. They're just like mirrored behind, and they're very shiny when they're up there when the light hits it, so I didn't like that. So this whole wall is going to get the wood, and that corner. My bed, I've got the mattress on order. I got a custom mattress ordered. So I'm putting a piece of 3/4 inch plywood. It's going to be piano hinged. I got the piano hinges. It's going to be piano hinged along here, so it folds out this way. It's going to give me a 40-inch total bed. So 40 by 80 is my mattress size, and it has a hinge in the mattress. So when this folds up during the day, the mattress can sit up like a couch. So that hinging, I didn't know that could be done, but I found this place that will build a custom mattress, so I ordered that the other day. So just a lot of stuff going on out here. I'm trying to do this in an organized manner. I'm very critical on myself of doing all of the wiring. I'm not taking any shortcuts. I'm taking a lot of time to do this stuff. The last thing I want is something to short out and have a, you know, a fire or problems. I mean, everything is highly fused, but I'm not taking any shortcuts, I guess is what I'm saying. So I'll try to keep giving you guys updates as we continue to get these things built out. And I got about 6 weeks to go, like I said, so it's got to come together in 6 weeks. I work good under pressure. All right, friends. I hope you enjoyed the update. Subscribe and hit the bell icon. I hope that you check back in on my next videos and keep watching what's going on. Okay, bye, friends.